everybody. Today we're going to be working with upper extremity exercises. Now if you're not working with a health professional or trainer, you want to make sure to remember one important thing. Anytime you're doing a push or pull exercise, you want to make sure you have good retraction. So if you're squeezing your back and bringing your chest forward and your scapula and the back is together, that's called retraction, and protraction is when you come forward. You want to get as much movement in that area as possible so you're not isolating the chest and the biceps. You want to make sure you're getting your wing muscles that help with better balance and better posture. So what we're going to start off with today is some work on the TRX. Now, I find the best thing to do with people is to do some rowing, because what you can do is you can change your depth based on your conditioning status or what you're able to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. My palms are going to be facing up to the sky in a supinated position. And I'm going to pull myself up, elbows going right next to my rib cage, retracting in the back like we talked about, neck, cervical spine lined up with the rest of my spine, and come down. You want to make sure that you're not reaching with the neck, and you want to make sure that you're not shrugging your shoulders. If you're doing any of those things, simply just take a step back and make sure you're working with nice, correct posture. Down, all the way up, squeezing in the back. 3 sets of 12, 2 sets of 15. After you do that rowing exercise, I have people, if I'm starting with somebody and you go into a push-up exercise, so based on your conditioning status, you can either start in a modified position. I have the hand position very wide so that you're getting a nice stretch in the chest and you're not locked up in the traps. So if you've never done push-ups before, work on keeping your belly button nice and tight like we worked on in previous weeks. You want to squeeze in the back and all the way up. If it's harder for you to go that low, don't go down as low. Reduce your range of motion. Here. Now for those of you who've done push-ups, get in a regular push-up position. Make sure your hips aren't too high or too low. Belly button nice and tight. You want to squeeze and up. Now if that's easy, you can throw a leg up, but I always encourage people to work with retracting the scapula, because most of the time people aren't doing that during push-ups. You'll feel sore in your chest, but you'll also feel sore back here, which is huge. The last 2 exercises, we're going to go ahead and superset. Superset's just exercising opposing muscles in one after another. So we're going to start with bicep curls, hands in that supinated position. You want to make sure that your elbows are staying up and you're coming right below your ears and down. Up and down. Now if it's very easy for you, you can do the same thing as you did in the rows. Take a step under, but what you want to stay away from is shrugging those shoulders and coming up. So make sure you're in a nice position. Your serratus is engaged, meaning you're dropping that scapula and dropping your shoulders. Here and here. Elbows up and down. Once you do 3 sets of 12 or 2 sets of 15, you go ahead and flip on over. We're going to do tricep push or tricep extension here. So make sure your palms are in a pronated position facing the ground. Elbows up. You're going to be able to see your elbows. Come forward and push all the way through. Come forward, push all the way through. The more lengthening that you're getting as you come back, the more work you're going to get to that muscle. So if that's too easy for you, take a step back, come forward, and push up. 3 sets of 12, 2 sets of 15. Next week we're going to go over everything we've done. You should have a full workout at this point, and we'll discuss if you guys have questions or go over some new things and progressions that you guys can do. See you next week.